Hi, and welcome to my guide of the quest Recipe for Disaster, the final battles. The quest requirements are Desert Treasure, Horror from the Deep, and have only 175 or more quest points. There are actually no stats requirements, but you will need to be able to defeat 6 more difficult monsters that we have defeated from the previous quests, but without any use of prayers. You are able to bank in between the fights. For the items needed is, first, the fights will take place in an instant, so if you would die by an NPC or a disconnection, there will be no way to retrieve your lost items, so be sure to keep that in mind. So for the first battle, you will need to have either a good melee weapon with some D-height or a good ranged weapon with some D-height armor. Doesn't really matter which combat style you're going to use, it's all up to you. For the second battle, you will need to have your ice gloves from Heroes Quest, else you are not able to equip any weapons. And then you could either choose to have some good damaging water spells like Water Blast, and if you don't want to take any damage, you could also bring some snares and then run around the room. Or you could also just bring your D-height armor and a good melee weapon. For the third battle, you will need to have some magic armor, some fire spells, I'm going to use Fire Blast, and then also 1 or 2 regular stat restore potions, because the third boss will drain your stats. Because she will drain your stats, the fire spell that you're going to use will need to have a little bit lower than the magic level that you currently have, else you will need to constantly drink restore potions. For the fourth battle, I'm just going to continue using the same gear from the third battle, the same magic gear, and also going to use fire blasts. Doesn't really matter which magic spell you're going to kill the fourth boss with, but you could also bank and get range at, that's also no problem, as long as you just do not use any slash or crash weapons, because the fourth boss is very defensive against those two. Then for the fifth battle, you will need to have some good ranged defensive gear. Not too high magic attack bonus is needed, as long as it is like plus 10 or plus 20, that would be more than enough. Be sure that you have some good ranged defensive gear, that is the most important thing. As well as some good wind, water, earth and fire spells. As well as a good melee weapon. And if you have some quite good ranged levels, you could also bring along some gear and a ranged weapon to switch when the boss is weak to ranged. Then finally, for the fifth battle, you will need to have some magic defensive armor like D-height, and then any weapon that you prefer, because his defense is weak against anything. Now for the items that you will need for all 6 of the fights is some good healing food. Let's take like 1 or 1.5 recoil rings per fight, that is also very helpful, as well as 1 superset dose each fight is also quite helpful. So for the first fight, this is with Agrith-na-na. Just use ranged or melee against this creature. Then I'm going to equip my D-height and my melee, because my melee is a lot stronger than my ranged. Now Agrith-na-na will use magic and melee, and both the max hits will be 16, so I suggest you to wear some magic defensive armor. Besides from that, I still need to wear my boots. Do I have my ring of recoil? Okay, I think I should be fine. Maybe a dragon dagger to unleash my special attacks. I'm going to take a superset. Now if you want to save a little bit of banking time and you want to kill Flambeed directly after Agrith-na-na, you should also bring along your ice gloves, and that should be it. Except if you're going to use high damaging water spells against him, then you should go to the bank, because then you will need to re-gear and grab your magic armor with your spells. The first fight is just an intro fight, so just take a full inventory of food. Let's maybe drink a superset. Then bank the superset, because we're going to bank after the fight has been ended. And let's go to, well, to the banquet or the dining room. Be sure that you're ready. This fight will be in an instant, so do not bring anything you do not wish to lose, because you will not be able to retrieve it, and go through the portal and say yes, skip through the dialogue with the gypsy, and here you should find the Culinaromancer. First fight, combat 146, let's attack him. Alright, after defeating the banana monster, let's use the portal and let's go back outside. And let's go back to the bank to prepare to fight Flambeed. If you are low on melee stats, I suggest you to bring along your snare and high damaging water spells with some magic gear. But if you have a quite decent melee stats, the only thing that you will need to grab from your bank is your ice gloves. First I'm going to heal up. I'm not going to change any of my gear, I'm just going to equip my ice gloves, bank my rune gloves, grab some more monkfish, and I'm going to go back upstairs. If you have some bad melee stats, be sure to use your magic. This fight will just be the same as the smoke diamond boss from Dessourt Treasure. So if you have watched my guide where I've gotten that diamond without any prayer, I just used snare, and then I just ran away, casted 2 water blast spells, cast another snare, and just kept running around the room. If you have low melee stats, you will need to use that method. Else, just enter the portal. If you have some good melee stats and you wear your D height. And let's just fight Flambeed. This monster also uses magic and melee. Okay, when the cake monster has been defeated, let's go through the portal, so before Karamel will freeze us, and let's go back to the bank to prepare for the third battle. This is just like fighting Karamel in Dessourt Treasure, but only Karamel's melee will be a lot weaker than Camel's, so therefore we'll need to stand next to him when we are going to fight her. And Karamel is also very weak against magic, so I'm going to deposit everything of my armor. I'm going to grab my magic gear, maybe 2 recoil rings, because my recoil is almost going to shatter. First I'm going to check my recoil ring, 11 damage, that's 1/4. Grab my magic gear, as well as a fire staff. I'm missing a cape. Okay, that is my gear. Now I just need to have 1 or 2 restore potions depending on what the difference is between the fire spell you're going to use and your current magic level. And then I'm also going to take like 300 fire blast spells. Besides from that, we actually do not need anything else, just our magic gear, fire spells, and 2 stat restore potions, maybe a ring of recoil or 2. Now I'm also going to fight Dessourt right after fighting Karamel. I'm going to use the same magic gear and I'm also going to use the same fire blast spell. It doesn't matter how you kill Dessourt, the 4th boss, as long as you just do not use any slash or crush weapons, then you should be fine. Now the 4th battle Dessourt can have a very strong and fast melee attacks. So if you have a low level, be sure to bank before you're going to fight him after you're going to defeat Karamel. Because he has a strong, fast melee attack, I'm a little bit scared that I'm going to take a couple of sharks as well. First I'm going to heal up, of course. And now let's go. Auto costs, fire blast. Now what I told you before, Karamel has a very weak melee attack, so let's run as fast as possible next to her. So she will be able to use her magic, her melee attack on you. Let's stand next to her because her magic is a lot stronger. Let's cast our spells. Oh my god, this was too close for comfort. Okay. Auto cost, fire blast, and I'm going to kill Dessourt right after him. Okay, he hits very high. What you can do when he's dealing a big combo onto you, just run around a little bit and then heal yourself while you're walking away, so you can't use his melee while you're healing yourself. He doesn't really have that much hit points. He only has like half of a Karamel. He's already dead. Besides from dealing high damage at a short time, he isn't really that difficult. Okay, when Dessourt is dead, let's quickly use a portal. And let's go back to the bank to prepare our 5th battle. The 5th battle is against the Dagonoth Mother. So let's grab our ranged defensive gear, as well as some magic attack bonus gear. I'm going to take a Obi shield and a Dessourt helm to get a little bit of ranged defense. I know that the Obi shield will drain a lot of magic attack bonus, but you actually really need your ranged defense bonus. So with my current gear I have plus 50, this is quite more than enough. I might as well just wear a dragon chain body. This will lower it to plus 15, but I have also 200. So with our magic gear with a little bit of ranged bonus, let's grab some runes so we are able to cast all 4 of the different spells. Wind, Earth, Water and Fire Blast, or any other spell, doesn't really matter. I am also going to take my whip when the Dagonoth Mother is on the melee phase, as well as a extra ring of recoil. If you have a decent ranged level, I do not, you can just bring along a ranged weapon, and so you can deal damage to the Dagonoth Mother when she is on the ranged phase as well. Besides from this, I'm just going to heal up a little bit. And I think I should be fine. Let's grab some food. I'm not auto-casting anything anymore. Everything will be manually casted. And let's go through the portal to fight the Dagonoth Mother. Once again, just like in the Horror from the Deep quest, the Dagonoth Mother ranged attack deals double the damage as her melee attack. So just like with Karamel, let's run towards the Dagonoth Mother. The first phase will be always white, so therefore you will need to use wind spells. Try to stand next to her. Come on, use her melee. Use melee, please. The next one will be... The next color will be blue, which is water. Then the third phase should be orange, which is melee, I think. Yeah, orange is melee. Okay, here is orange, this is melee. Then it should be brown, which is earth spells. Then it's red for fire spells, and then it's green for ranged. Just need to go and wait for him to turn brown, and let's use Earth Blast. With some good ranged defensive gear, she shouldn't really deal that much damage, but it can deal a lot of damage. Like, I just saw the Mother deal 16 damage with a ranged attack. If that is the max hits, and he max hits twice, that is 32 damage in one ranged attack. So be sure your health is above 32. Crap. Ranged. I suck at ranged. Bad ranged. Change whites. Okay. What the fuck? 20? What the hell? Okay, the ranged max hit is now 20. What the fuck? Keep your health above 40. God damn. and the Gelatinnoth mother has been defeated. Before the combat 75 Culinaromancer, we will start attacking you. Let's go to the bank. Let's get rid of our low defensive magic armor, because now we will need to fight the Culinaromancer. He pretty much has no defense, so it doesn't matter which combat style you're going to use. So you can use any of them that you prefer. I'm going to use melee because that is my strongest suit. Besides from that, let's maybe also take a superset. Let's see what I still need to have. Body and legs. Yeah, the Culinaromancer does not have any defense, but he does use magic and melee attacks. So I suggest you to wear some dragonhide armor. Both the max hits of his magic and melee are approximately 24. So wearing melee armor shouldn't really be that good of an idea. Next I'm going to heal up a little bit. And then some good food. Since he hits 24, so I'm going to take a little bit of shark. But he shouldn't really be that difficult. If you would not need any food, be sure to have one empty inventory slot, because after you've defeated him, you will get a experience lamp in your inventory. You don't want to lose that. So let's drink our superset and kill this level 75. I forgot my dragon dagger. And I do not need any food. Okay. Let's quickly eat up a little bit. So we have one empty inventory slot, because I don't want to lose my 20,000 experience lamp. And congratulations, you have defeated the Culinaromancer. You are awarded with 1 quest point, a 20,000 experience lamp, and now you have full access to the Culinaromancer chest. Now you also have an antique lamp, and this will give you 20,000 experience in any skill that you want, as long as it is level 50 or higher. Prayer is quite expensive, so I'm going to use it on that skill. Now if you would go to the Culinaromancer chest, you're now able to buy everything at the maximum. If you would buy food, everything now has 40 in stock. And if you would go to the items, you are now able to wear and buy Barrow's gloves. This will cost you 130,000 each. So I'm going to buy 2 of them, one as for a placeholder. I don't really like the placeholders. I just always put those off. I'm just going to buy 2 of them. Alright, and this is my guide how to do the final battle of Recipe for Disaster. Hopefully it helped. Subscribe, rate and comment. Okay, thanks, bye.